Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the Wallabies versus France for Game 2 of the 2021 July series. Of course, this is a different background than what I normally have. I have just recently moved, so the background will change within the next few videos. But for now, this is the background you're stuck with. But of course, with this Wallabies versus France game, it's going to be a very interesting game to watch. I mean, the first game was brilliant actually to watch in the full game really. I mean, the first half really, France really took control, but within that second half, the Wallabies actually came back and obviously stole the victory, you could say, away from the French. So yeah, it's one of those which I'm very excited to see. Obviously tomorrow what happens, but of course with this game, it's being played within Melbourne, so Wallabies will have home advantage again, which is kind of expected in that sense. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if there can be another kind of game like it was within game one, I'll be pretty excited. But of course, here is the Wallabies lineups. I'll go over you guys and tell you what I think about the Wallabies lineup, and right afterwards, I'll go over the French lineup as well. And after that, I'll go over I'll give you guys my prediction for the game. So of course, with the Wallabies lineup, with this one right here, I have got it going with the likes of, they have gone with the likes of Slipper as well as Brandon Pangamosa and Tenleo Tupou. So I think it's a pretty decent front row they've actually gone with there. I mean, obviously Tenleo Tupou is the only switch they've actually made within their whole squad going off game one, so against the French. So it's interesting to see what they've done there. But I do like how Tenleo Tupou has been introduced within the starting lineup this time. So because he made, you could say he made an impact within the game for sure within, coming off the bench last week, but. Yeah, Slipper, Brandon Pangamosa, and Tupou, I think it's a pretty good front row and pretty solid to go against that French front row as well. I mean, with the locks, they have gone with the likes of Matt Phillip as well as Lachlan Saikai Lotus. So I'd say it's a pretty good combination there. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I would have preferred actually seeing Darcy Swan and Lachlan Saikai Loto, but I guess for the meantime, I'm okay with Matt Phillip to get another run out. But we'll have to wait and see how he does. Of course, with that loose forward trio, they have gone with the likes of, Valentini as well as Hooper, who of course is the captain for the Wallabies again, and the likes of Harry Wilson at 8. So yeah, a very good loose forward trio. And I wouldn't say they were dominant against the French, to be perfectly honest, within their first game, but I do believe Michael Hooper's experience definitely paid off within that one, obviously getting that late try within the first game. So it's one of those which I do believe he adds an X factor, you could say, towards that loose forward pack. But anyway, moving on to the back line, of course, for the Wallabies, with the back line, they do have the likes of Jake Gordon as at number 9, and of course, they have Noah Laseo at number 10. So yeah, pretty good combination there. Again, I would have preferred if they'd gone with Tate McDermott to start this time over Jake Gordon, but I understand why they've gone with him. Obviously, he has a ton of experience, and Dave Reddy, I guess, prefers Gordon over Tate McDermott at this point in time, but hopefully that changes because, I think really McDermott is the future of is the future 9 for the Wallabies, and I think he should deserve, he deserves kind of to get more minutes, let's say, within this Wallabies camp. So hopefully, he comes on straight away after the first half. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, with that centre pairing, they have gone with the same combination as last time, of course, with the likes of Matsumura at 12 as well as Hunter Pasami at 13. So again, a pretty good combination. I wouldn't say it worked out as good as it could have. I mean, I think the Vincent as well as Vanti really exposed them within that game. So hopefully they can learn their lessons and obviously do a lot better within this game for sure. I mean, Matsumura, again, I wouldn't really personally have him there, but I understand why he's been selected. But yeah, with the wingers, of course, they have gone with the likes of Core Betty at 11 and of course Tom Wright at 14. So yeah, I'd say both of them actually played very well within the first game, particularly Core Betty. I mean, his tackling was spot on, you could say. So yeah, I can understand definitely why those two have been selected again. And of course, for the 15 spot, they have gone with the likes of Tom Banks. So yeah, Tom Banks is just he's a great player to have on your side, and he's one of those who he made a difference really within that game one against France. So hopefully he can do that against France in game 2. But of course, that's kind of it with the Wallabies lineup. So yeah, anyway, moving on to the French lineup. So of course, here is France's lineup against the Wallabies. I'll run it by with you guys and I'll tell you what I think about him. So of course, with the front row, they have gone with the likes of Girls at the number 1 position. They've gone with Barlot at number 2, and of course, they've gone with Hunakapan at 3. So I think it's a pretty decent front row. Obviously, they have made a few. I think Hunakapan is the one change they made to that front row following last week's defeat against the Wallabies. So hopefully he can make a difference in that front row. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, within their lock pairing, they have gone with the likes of Azago as well as, who's the other one? Azago and Kazuki Kazaok, I believe that's how you say it. But yeah, those two obviously are I believe 2 new locks within this week's game. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two play together. But of course, with the loose forward trio, they have gone with the likes of Diallo at 6. They've gone with Walkie at 7, and of course General at 8, who of course is the captain for this French side. So it's interesting to see that they've actually made many changes within their front row, particularly their locks as well as loose forwards. But when it actually comes to the back line, they've actually kept the same back line as last week. So, of course, with the 9 and 10 combination, they have gone with the likes of Cordelet as well as Carbonell. So yeah, pretty good combination to say the least. I mean, both of them were pretty good, I'd say, throughout the whole game. So yeah, really, they'll be really looking to make it the same impact that they did within that first half for sure. I mean, within their centers, they have gone with the likes of Dante as well as Vincent, and again, I think those two really played well within that first game. I think they really exposed the Wallabies centers, so I think they can do that again, in my opinion. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, the wingers, they have gone with the likes of Villaret as well as Pinon. So, yeah, Villaret for the 11 position and Pinon as a 14. And Villaret was brilliant within that first game. Obviously, he got 2 tries to his name, so he'll be looking to continue his try-scoring form. And, of course, with the 15th spot, they have gone with the likes of Jamat. So, yeah, again, he's another solid player and, of course, is able to find gaps within that Wallabies defence. But, yeah, pretty happy with that French lineup. I think it's a standard French lineup. Of course, not their best that they can go with, but at the same time, still, very decent for what they have. So anyway, if I had to actually say who actually wins this game, I think I'm going to have to lean towards the Wallabies again. I think they'll learn their lessons from that first game. I think obviously they did come back into the game, but at the same time, I do believe they'll learn their lessons. So for that reason, I think it'll be a close game again, but I do think it'll be by a larger margin. So for that reason, I'm saying the Wallabies win this game. I'll say 27 points to 18. Yeah. I'll say 27 points to 18 is my final prediction for that game. But yeah, that's kind of it with the video. Just hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.